Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Now, I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology. I know, because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans. But there's no question that the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. And that is a threat to this country.
Well, there you have it, folks. I hope that you just saw what I saw. And I hope that you share this everywhere. I'm going to tell you something. I couldn't have believed that on August the 8th that Joe Biden would have used FBI resources to raid the house of a political opponent. And remember this, let me tell you something, friends. The house that they raided, Donald Trump's house that they raided, is guarded by the Secret Service. Okay? So, the house where they tell you that there was danger that he had those boxes there, and he was somehow some sort of national security risk, those boxes were guarded with the president by the Secret Service of the United States of America. Do you hear what I'm telling you? And I hope that you did what I said. If you watched it, I want you to make mention you watched, and you back up what I've said here tonight. I want you to let people know, if you watched what Joe Biden just said, standing and defiling Independence Hall in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Did you see the red behind him? Have you ever seen a president of the United States that is framed in this crazy red view like that? Not red, white, and blue, but they framed him in this ominous red hue. And as he grimaced and couldn't see his eyes and talked to us. Yeah, you need to be sharing this with all of your friends, because what in essence has happened tonight is Joe Biden has declared war on people like me and people like all of you American patriots. He said it over and over again. You're going to have to read a transcript to understand what he is saying. He said, all of you MAGA Republicans, well, let's just tell people what MAGA stands for. Make America Great Again. Make America Great Again. So he's saying that those of you that believe that, he's saying that you're dangerous. He's saying that people that believe in making America great again, that you're dangerous. Now look, I want you to share this with everybody you know. And you need to make a screenshot of what I wrote on here too. And if you were able to record what I'm saying, you ought to record it quickly, because Facebook may come in here and try to take this down, because here's what they told you. Mark Zuckerberg let it out to the world the other day that federal agents came in there and told them to squelch the voice of people on Facebook and social media during the Hunter Biden laptop issue. He let the cat out of the bag. That may be one of the best things that Mark Zuckerberg's ever done. Because what he's allowed you to know is they came in and got strong-armed and said, you don't let people have free speech. You don't let people say what they want to say about this laptop. You know why? It's because they're scared absolute to death. They're scared to death of the truth in this country. I'm going to tell you something. Joe Biden, what you have done, the other day I was almost tongue-tied talking about you, but I'm telling you right now, you've thrown gasoline. That's why you got your red hue. You want this distress. Now, I'm going to tell something to you. I want all of my good-hearted people to know, don't go out and do anything stupid right now. Just hold steady. Hold steady. Hold steady. And I want you to get your people. I want you to go get your grandmas and your grandpas. I want you to go get your aunts and your uncles, carry them out of the hills, get them registered to vote, put them in a bus and carry them down there and vote. And don't you vote for one Democrat. Don't you vote for one cotton-picking, lousy Democrat. And if somebody voted for Joe Biden, you voted for somebody that is absolute. They have tried to call. You just watch what happens. These suckers they think they're so slick. They're using Hollywood mentality to try to get out there and to twist the truth in America and to pervert the truth in America and to seize this nation from people that love God, love this country, want to protect our homes, want to have good jobs, want to create good jobs for people. That's the people he's declared war on. When he tells you, let me interpret for you. When he said for you, he said, I want everybody to be equal. I want everybody to be the same. That's because he's coming into your front yard and taking what you've got. He's coming into your back pocket and taking what you've got. He's going into your bank account and taking what you've got. That's what Joe Biden wants, and that's what Joe Biden thinks he's going to get. And let me tell you something. Don't just sit there and think that it's to be upset about the elected officials. They have put bureaucrats in place. They've put agents in place. Did you see what the ATF has been doing? The ATF has been walking through neighborhoods and saying, did you order so-and-so? Did you order this on the internet? Then we want to look at it. With no search warrants, no authority, no search warrants. They had film of this. I'm going to tell you something. Every preacher in America, you're not worth what am I going to say? You're not worth the earth you stand on. You're not worth the wood that you're standing on top of and the stage that you're up on and a platform if you don't speak to your people this Sunday in church. I'm telling you what, we had a black-robed regiment. You better press share right now because it's just getting good, people. Because I've worked hard. I've worked for 12 years in the public arena fighting these godless devils. These American atheists and the American humanists and the Freedom from Religion Foundation and the Satanic Temple and the ACLU coming after me, destroying our 10 commandments down here, then coming after me and suing that, trying to say that I can't block people when they threaten me, trying to say I can't block people when they threaten my folks that are on here on this deal. They want to destroy every voice in America. And tonight I'm speaking as Jason Rapert, brother. I'm speaking as your neighbor and as your friend and somebody that cares about you and has had enough. I've worn the suits. I've given the speeches. I've done everything out there. I've been out there on the front line. I've stood in the well of the Senate and I've given the bills. I've debated and chaired the committees. I've done all that. But I'm telling you right now, if you people don't wake up out there and you don't stand up to this kind of godless stuff that they're doing, that man just besmirched and he destroyed the reputation of Independence Hall standing there in front of it. Absolutely. And I want all 1,000 of you that are watching me live right now, you need to share this with everybody you know. And play it in your Sunday school on this coming Sunday. Play me in Sunday school. Because I'm looking at you, somebody that is telling you just like Jesus went in there and he went into the temple and he overturned the tables and he drove them out. That's what needs to happen in Washington, D.C. And if you're not standing up and fighting with us, then you need to be driven out as well. If you are out there and you're going to try to change your politics to become this Republican in name only, you're going to try to change your politics so that Joe Biden likes you and will quit talking bad about you, we don't need you in office anymore. What we need right now is a bunch of MAGA Republicans to stand up. There are millions and millions of them out there. And you know what he's saying? He's saying MAGA Republicans, but what he really means is conservative Christians. He means conservative Americans, decent, hard-working people. That's who he's against. That's who Joe Biden's against. And let me tell you something. If you don't understand, he's declared war on the conservative people of this nation, in a way that I have never seen a politician do it. And to come out, it's not a mistake. There will be nothing he said in this that's a mistake. Everything that he said was intentional for a purpose. Just like when Barack Hussein Obama, that's by the way back there pulling the strings, he was probably standing there behind the curtain, back there to hug his old buddy, Vice President Joe Biden. I'm telling you, Barack Hussein Obama has unleashed this kind of hell in this country. The Democrat Party sold out to these Marxist thugs. They're Saul Alinsky folks. These are the same people. It was Democrats that bombed the Capitol years ago, and the Weather Underground people. Don't you remember that? Don't you remember that? These people bombed the Capitol. And they're trying to tell you that Grandpa from Heber Springs, Arkansas, 72 years old, that went up there and didn't do anything to them people that just stood out there. They put Dr. Gold in prison because she spoke up as a doctor. And she was speaking up about the vaccines, which is the thug just told you in here a while ago that old COVID's over. You know why it's over? It's because they've run that thing out as far as they can, and you all know it's a bunch of baloney now. I'm telling you what, I wish that somebody would click on Facebook. I hope you'll take this. I'm giving you an idea. Don't just share it. Share it to your networks, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to go on here. You can do what's called copy link to this clip. I want you to copy the link to this clip and go over to the White House page and click it right on there underneath that video of him speaking. I want you to take the clip, I want you to take the link to this and paste it as a comment underneath CNN and Fox's response to that video of the president speaking. That's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do. And Joe Biden, I want you to listen to me very, very closely here, sir. You're a baby killer. And you have the audacity to stand in front of Independence Hall when you say that you want to kill babies right up to birth. You godless charlatan thug, you're not getting by with it, and I'm calling you out right now. The truth will set people free, and the truth is that you are the danger in America. You are the danger. You are the party. You and the godless thugs in the Democrat Socialist Party that hold up Sodom and Gomorrah as a goal to be achieved rather than a sin to be shunned. You are the problem. You are the problem. And I'm going to tell you this right now. We are not going to take this. This has now got to a point where there's going to be accountability. I want you, friends, to go get every person you know. I want you to go in there before you hit the wire where you can't register to vote anymore in your state. All you got to do is Google it. Put your name in there and register to vote in the Google space. Find out what your deadline is, and you get down there, honey, and you get ready to vote. Sir, and I want to talk just a minute to the men. I want to talk just a minute to the men in this country. Men, you have got an incompetent, probably incontinent president sitting in the White House in the seat of power. And probably 99.9% of all you men in this country could do a better job than what Joe Biden's doing right now. He's taking hard-earned money out of the pockets of your family. He's stealing from your family. You know what the Bible says? I'm talking to my men out here now. This is just for the men. This is just for the men. I'm talking to you man to man out here right now. Men in America, American patriots. I'm not talking about the fancy pants and the guys that's dressing up in their dresses and bouncing around in the drag queen shows right now. I'm talking to men. I'm talking to men. Men that know that you have to stand up when your family's threatening. You fight for your family. You don't take it laying down. So the Democrats, what have they done? They go in there and they steal out of your pocket, out of your taxpayer, and they give it to people that are laying around drinking Pepsi and eating popcorn every day while you're slaving away working. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing in those blue cities. And you know what else? They go out there and make sure they got their popcorn and their Pepsis, and they got them a voting, but they get them, make sure they got a voting card too. And you know what's going to happen? You're going to have to say, you know what, Doc down here, I know all of us are out here running America, but you're going to have to give us some time to go vote. You're going to have to give us some time to go vote. And you know what? I hope you're sharing it. I hope you're sharing this, because I'm going to tell you something. I'm unloading on you. I'm unloading on what they're doing to your country. I'm sitting here tonight. I would rather not be here. I'm getting ready to lose light. But I'm telling you what, they have declared war on most of this country tonight. Most of this country are not these idiot thugs that's got the megaphones right now in the liberal media. That's not the America that we know. That's not the America that these people represent. These people are a very small minority of people that actually have seized power with their Democrat counterparts. And what needs to happen is that you've got to get up and you've got to get people registered to vote. I need all the cattle farmers out here in America. You hear me? I need my cattle farmers. I need my ranchers out here in America. If you drive a vehicle anywhere and work, you ought to be voting Republican. There ain't a soul out here ought to be voting for a Democrat, man. I'm telling you what, not one of you ought to be voting for these Democrats. This man stood in front of Independence Hall, where I've been there. As a matter of fact, I've been there and prayed at Independence Hall. I've laid my hands there on the bricks of Independence Hall. I've went inside and grabbed hold of the banisters where your founding fathers were at. I've been in there where he was at today, and what he's doing is trying to go in and steal. It's kind of like, they've got people that try to equip unto themselves something that they didn't do. They try to take credit for something that they didn't do. Well, see, what tonight was like King George of England coming to Independence Hall back in 1776. That's what you saw happening right now tonight in America. And I'm tired of him using this language that he's out there somehow defending against the battle for the soul of the nation. I believe that the Democrats for years have declared war on the soul of the nation. What happened to your families? Did you ever have longer, folks? You just stay with me a minute. Keep sharing it. Remember to go put this click over there, and I'm going to tell you something. People have been asking me. You know what? I'm going to tell you something. You slandering, libelous bunch that's on here, I hope that the Lord visits you tonight and gets right in the middle of your business. I'm going to tell you something. We ain't going nowhere. We're not backing off. We're going to keep out there talking about people winning people to Jesus. We're going to win people for the Lord in this country. And you know what else we're going to do? We're going to get these godless people out of office wherever they're at. I'm talking to you one-on-one tonight. I'm talking to you one-on-one, just like you're standing here on the farm with me. Because if you don't stand up and fight back, it's over. You have to do something. Now, what can you do? Go out there tonight and join me. Join me at ChristianLawmakers.com for less than 32.8 cents a day. You can be a part of us, $10 a month. Join with Christians. Folks, we got members and supporters in all 50 states now. We've got elected officials in 29 states that are the state chairs of this thing. And that organization is the only faith-based paralegislative organization in the country. And I guarantee you they're going to fight back, and they're going to fight against what Joe Biden's trying to do. Tonight, he as much as declared war on the good people of America. And he used the language over and over and over and over and over again. Friends, what he is doing is he's trying to divide the country. He's trying to foment civil war, is what he's trying to do. And tonight, as the darkness begins to fall here in mid-America, I'm standing here and I'm asking you to fight for your country.
Of the devil. I've fought demons my whole life. I've been knocked down, bruised and broken, but I never gave up. I kept fighting because I know that the greatest victory is not in defeating others, but in conquering the darkness within myself. So I'll keep on swinging, keep on pushing, and keep on believing that I have the power to beat the devil at his own game.